turn it on. Oh, okay. So with your 21-day fix, whether you're doing the extreme or the regular one, you'll have your guide that comes with it. And at the very beginning of it, a couple of pages in, there's a page where you do a calculation to figure out your calorie target, just like we've done with some other things. So once you have your calorie target, there's a chart in there. And on mine, it's on page 5. I don't know. I lost my original 21-day fix book. I cannot find it, but for me, it's on page 5. But it's got this little chart that shows how many colors or how many of each color container. And as best I can tell, I think that that chart is the same for both the 21-day fix and the extreme version. The big difference is that the option on the 21-day fix extreme to have the countdown to competition program. Okay, so let's just talk a little bit about how to use the containers. And then for those that want to do the extreme version, we'll talk a little bit more about the countdown plan. But so in the book, you'll have, like, for example, mine says I get 3 of the green container. So little green container there. And so if you go in my book, my green container page is on page 11. Yours should be somewhere close in the front. And it has a whole list of things that you can put in your green container. One of the things you'll notice on the extreme version is there are foods that Autumn always includes in her plan. And then some that she's kind of neutral on, and then others that she actually avoids. I don't see any of those in the veggie section, but you'll see that a lot in the carb section for sure. I mean, her carb options are a lot more limited than what the regular 21-day fix would be. So pretty much it's just a matter of planning out your containers. What I have found works for me is I just plan my meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and figure out what containers I've used. And then I use my snacks to fill in what the gaps are. That for me has been the easiest. I mean, you can do it however you like, but for me, that's the easiest way to make sure I get all of my containers in. And I think I haven't looked for the extreme version, but Pinterest does have a ton of ideas for just the regular 21-day fix. And like I said, there are going to be days where all of us can be following just this regular plan. And then the countdown to competition one has several days that you're following a more aggressive plan that basically takes out all of the purple containers and the yellow containers and adds in a bunch of, I think, greens and reds. So that's kind of the gist of how the containers work. So I really wanted to just open it up to questions. But for those of you that are going to do the extreme version, there are 3 options. You can follow just the regular 21-day fix eating plan, which would be the chart in this book. You can follow the countdown to competition plan, which was on that little flyer thing. Or you can follow, say, the 21-day fix for the first bit, and then just do that countdown to competition for the last few days. And the big thing, what you'll find is that countdown to competition plan really works on depleting the carbs from your system. And that's where, like, somebody that's doing like a fitness competition or a magazine shoot or something like that, that's how they get all that definition and their abs to show and all of that kind of stuff. It's definitely not lifestyle eating. It's definitely something that maybe like you're going to the beach and you want to feel good, but it's not going to be something that you would want to eat that way every day of your life. So all of that said, I talked a lot. What questions do you guys have? I guess I should ask too, does anybody have an idea of which plan they want to try or thoughts on trying to figure out what you want to do?
I think the regular.
You're going to do the regular?
For me. Yeah, I mean, just because I don't have any sort of thing I'm training or preparing for or anything. But is that really any different? Is it any different than the regular 21-day fix then? The exercises are different, but is the meal plan any different than
The thing I
the other
noticed,
one?
this is Lisa. The thing I noticed that was different was I think the regular 21-day fix gave you some choices, like some cheat options. Like I remember, maybe I'm just making this up, but I feel like one of them said that 1 day a week you could like have a glass of red wine, and it could only be this much of a portion. And there was a few substitutions you could make, and I didn't see them in the extreme book. Is that right, Susie?
Yep, that's exactly right. There was, and in the original version, there was some of those little like treat kind of things, like healthy cookies, and yeah, it was like, put 4 ounces of wine in your Shakeology cup. We joked about that because it was like, 4 whole ounces of wine that you could have. But all of those treats have been taken out for the extreme version. So, but I think the exercises are definitely going to take it up a notch. The group of coaches that started this week are already starting to feel it and be very sore. And these are people that just got done with Insanity Max 30. So they've been working out at a pretty intense level and they're sore. So I think it's going to be good.
Hey, either of the Jennies, this is Lisa again. Did you guys have the regular one, not extreme, right?
Yes.
If
I
either
have the extreme one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Jenny Grossman, do you have the regular one?
Yes.
Did you already do it once?
I did not do the exercises last time because that's when we were doing the T25 challenge. So I did the eating part, but I did the T25 exercises.
Okay. I was going to offer if anybody had the basic one and wanted to try extreme, I would swap the exercises for them. But if you want to do the regular ones first? I'm kind of chicken.
Until Susie just talked, I was like, well, maybe. And then I'm like, oh, maybe not.
You guys could do it. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. The idea with any of this is start where you're at. A lot of it too is weight bearing. So you can always go with a lighter weight if you're feeling like it's too much. So, or you could even drop the weight altogether if you really felt like, it was too much. But I will tell you, Lisa, I have the regular one. So if you really get into it and you're like, no, this isn't right, I'll let you borrow mine.
Well, and ironically, I do too, but I lend it out to Sunshine, and I don't know if she's going to join us or not, because I lent it to her like months ago, and she never did it, and so I'm like, can I get it back? And then I told her what we were doing, and then she was interested in doing it. So I don't know. I'll have to see where she's at. I
won't be using mine, so you're welcome to it if you need it.
Okay. I did go on Pinterest last night, and there's a ton of stuff. Like one thing I printed out, one girl had posted like a 3-week, her meal plan for the whole time. And obviously some of the stuff I wouldn't eat, but it was really helpful to get an idea of how you would lay it out. And I don't know if people can see this. I don't know where my picture is, but like it's actually color coded by her boxes. I'll move it like this. So that was really helpful. And then there were some different versions of tracking sheets. And that was kind of helpful too, just to kind of figure out how you're going to keep track. And the third thing I picked up on was when I did this once before, I could never keep track of what color box was what. And I don't know why I didn't think of this, but one girl made labels for her little boxes, and another one just used a Sharpie and wrote on the bottom of them like nuts, protein, whatever, which sounds kind of like really basic, but it's kind of confusing at first.
That's a good idea.
There is too, Lisa, and actually for the rest of you guys, but there are a lot of apps on your phone too that will help you keep track of the containers if you like to do it that way as opposed to pen and paper.
I did see that. Were there any, do you know if there's any free ones?
I think there is.
Okay, I'll look again.
Yeah, I believe so.
I got a free one. I can't remember what it's called now.
All right, I'll go look again. Did it help you?
Yeah, it was really easy. You just like tick the marking ones as you go, and it tells you what exercise you're supposed to do. It's not extreme though, so I guess it might be different if the exercises are different. So I'll see if there's one out there though.
Yeah.
Will you post that, Jenny, what it is if you find it? Figure out what the name of the app is?
Yeah, I have the basic one, and if I weren't on my phone right now, I'd show you, but the basic one, I'll send the name, and then I'll see if there's an equivalent, like an extreme one that somebody has developed. I'm sure they have because it's like huge business, but
Yeah.
now Jenny, you're what do you do for protein? Because
We do a
what
lot
did
of.
you do last?
I did a lot of quinoa and a lot of beans.
But that's only in the
Oh yeah, that's the wrong one.
the yellow ones.
I did peanut butter and nut butters. Right, that's the right bin. Now I can't remember.
What did you put in your red container?
In the red one.
Okay, let me go get my book.
Because last time I did it, I just did a lot of yogurt and cottage cheese.
Yeah. I think
And
what you will find,
Shakeology.
let's see. So Jenny, do you eat fish or you don't eat fish either?
No, I don't.
No fish.
And I don't like fish. So
Okay.
that, and I don't eat fish anyway. But
Okay. I don't love fish.
It's mostly that.
Yeah. Okay. Probably a lot of eggs.
Yeah, that's
I can do that's right, eggs. I did a lot of eggs because we have chicken, so we have eggs.
Oh, good. Let's see.
I did a ton of eggs. I remember that. I did
Yeah.
cottage cheese and Greek yogurt like crazy. I was kind of sick of it by the end.
Yeah.
Hold on. I was trying to pull up. I
you
made
do-
actually a 3-week thing like Lisa's showed, but it was the vegetarian or my vegetarian version. So I was going to look.
Right. I think you sent that to me
I did, but I can send it again.
because I'm not that organized.
See, and I could not wing it. Like, I have to plan out the whole day or I get all off on I've eaten too many of some bucket and not enough of the other. So I had to plan like my whole week and then stick to it. Yeah, I ate Greek yogurt every freaking day was on there.
Can you do tofu? You can't do tofu, can you?
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
do
that
tofu.
was my other red.
Mm-hmm.
We do it. Okay.
And you can do
I feel like it should
seitan.
be fine.
And tempeh, you can do tempeh or seitan. I don't know if you eat either of those.
Right. Okay. Well, then it should be fine. Just a lot of the recipes are meat based.
Exactly.
I just have to figure out.
That was the hardest part.
Yeah. And then I also noticed, you can add protein powder to a lot of things also. If you're making something else, you can, like either to, like what could you add it to? I put them in put them in my muffins and things like that, but I don't know that you're going to be able to do a lot of that with this one. So
The other thing, Jenny, the veggie burgers you can do on there, it talked about, you can do different veggie burgers. So I would throw that crumble even on a salad.
Yeah.
Because that's
like the Boca burgers. Can you do Boca? I think they were on there last time.
There was a couple kinds of veggie burgers on there, or black bean burger or something.
I'll have to look at what those are.
Yeah.
I think I have everything on hand because that's pretty much what we eat anyway. So.
And what you might want to do too is go like where Lisa was on 21 Day Fix, and I bet if you searched, under vegetarian or vegan or something, that you might get some other options as well. Because
it's really limited, unfortunately. I searched a ton when I did it the last round, and there's not as much. Definitely, it's really limited. That would be where Beachbody could make some money, is put some good vegetarian ones together, but because there's not.
Well, let me do some asking too, because I know of some other coaches that are vegetarian that are going to be doing this with us, and because I'm looking at like the regular 21 Day Fix will be challenging vegetarian, but I think the countdown to competition, you're going to probably live on eggs for those days, because it's very limited on what you can use for those days.
Because they cut out dairy for
the
extreme piece, which
Yeah. But
So
I honestly do think though that you could still get pretty good results with that plan, just following the color containers that she's suggesting, even if you're not putting exactly in it what she's putting in it. Although I will tell you, I even tried, because I don't like fish, and her plan had cod for like every meal.
Yeah.
And so I tried to substitute some ground turkey and some chicken, and those are significantly higher in fat than the cod was. Like, I think that's why, a lot of these competitors do fish and, fish and yams and veggies is basically what they're doing that week. So it just depends on how crazy you want to get with this. I still think that even if you do a plan that's a lot higher in protein and a lot lower in those carb categories, I think you're still going to see really great results.
I think it would be great if I could just not eat crappy. So this will be fine.
Mm-hmm. I know. I have really struggled getting back on track after Christmas. I mean, like, I do really good for a while, and then, so I'm looking forward to having 21 days in a row where I've got it together.
Yeah. I'm doing the 3-day refresh starting Friday.
Friday,
So
okay.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then start this on Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Except Erica doesn't get hers till Tuesday.
Ah,
What if Erica jumps in on Tuesday and then tacks her extra day at the end? That way if she just starts Tuesday's workout on Tuesday, do you know what I mean? And that way she's on the workouts and everything, because that was the most confusing part for me, is getting off track on the workouts. Then it didn't feel like it mattered if I didn't do it at all or whatever. So if she jumps in on Tuesday, if we start Monday and she jumps in Tuesday on Tuesday and then tacks for Monday at the end, then we'll all be the same.
yeah. I would just skip Monday. Yeah.
Erica, do you have what you need, though, to do your meal plan?
No.
So what I could do, because I can give you the measurements of like basically this green container is a cup, and I can give you all of that information and what goes in the containers, or we could just work on getting you a meal plan that works for I could even just give you my meal plan for the first couple of days that you could use. Or maybe all of us share ours in the group so that you could just have some ideas.
I think Pinterest had a cheat sheet that showed each container what the equivalent measurements was. Mm-hmm. Like it showed like the green one is this and the fats is so it had that.
Yeah. So
you could probably figure out, I'm sure she's tiny. She's probably in the same plan that you are. So you could probably tell her the boxes.
Yeah. Yeah. So I could give you all of that if that helps you to get started.
Yeah. I think one day will be okay. And then Tuesday, and then we're all together. Yeah. That'd be nice. Cause I think that's where I kind of petered out in the middle of it last time. Cause that's just life, I guess.
Well, and I think, that challenge that's over Christmas is always hard, because I think everybody just I think when I have a group that does anything in terms of working out fairly consistently and trying to eat well over the holidays, we're doing good. If you look at it, it was probably better than you've done in past years.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm anxious to get my stuff started because I'm eating really badly yesterday and today. So Friday will be good. Yeah.
So, I haven't done that. Can't think of what it's called, that cleanse thing, and I don't have mine yet. So I was just going to start it when I get it, which will probably be Monday. Do you think I'll be able to start the workouts while I do that?
You can. You'll probably feel a little bit less on your energy, but it can be done. We had coaches that started Insanity with doing the 3-day refresh, but they did comment that their energy levels were pretty low.
Okay.
I wouldn't, Lisa.
Really?
Really.
I just don't have it yet, and so I was thinking if I got it Sunday, I'll probably get it over the weekend.
You could do it in between. You know, if you were going to do more than one round of it, you could do it after.
That's a good.
You know, if I'm being perfectly honest, it's rough. Those 3 days are rough.
Yeah.
You have a headache. You have a headache too.
Oh, from no sugar and no caffeine.
Yeah, it like kills me every time. I mean, I feel really good. I feel really good after I do it, like after like day 2. But the first day especially is rough. It's rough.
Okay.
You're hungry and yeah.
The only thing I would say, so Lisa, you've done the Shakeology cleanse before, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't think that wasn't that bad, but I think you ate more, you ate food and you ate snacks.
I don't think, I think if you've done the Shakeology cleanse, it's similar. I don't think it's dramatically harder than the Shakeology one.
Okay.
My only thought is that I did it at a time where I was already eating pretty clean, and I didn't really see a ton of results because of it. So I kind of feel like if you wait till the end, you're going to feel like you wasted your money.
Yeah, no, I want to do it at the beginning. I don't want to put off starting, so.
Right.
I'll just see how I do. I figure in the beginning my workouts won't be as strong as they will later, so if I don't have enough energy, I'd rather have it be then than when I'm feeling stronger and then not be able to do the workouts. So.
Right. Yeah.
Well, I didn't know there was a Shakeology cleanse.
Well, you know what? It's actually something that coaches kind of made up. It wasn't like an official thing that was supported by Beachbody. And I honestly, if I think about it now as I have more experience, I think it was probably somebody's idea to help sell more Shakeology. Oh. Because, you use 3 servings a day, which is a lot. So what I started doing is I actually will do it with 1 serving of Shakeology and then 2 servings of like a protein powder that I use. But you're doing 3 shakes a day and then some fruit and then like a salad with 1 protein. So I don't know that it's that different than the Refresh. The big thing with the Refresh that's different is that fiber sweep.
Mm-hmm.
And then also the Vanilla Fresh is supposed to have a lot more. The protein that they use in there is like a potato protein, which is supposed to help you actually feel full longer than the Shakeology does. So
okay. We'll see.
Yeah. But yeah, I would definitely do it at the beginning, even if you're not going as hard in the workouts. I think, now, Jenny, what were your results when you did it the first time?
I can't remember if I weighed anything, but I felt really good. I felt like a lot less bloated and I felt like better. And I was ready to start like a portion control type diet because my stomach was smaller. And I'd gotten all of the like sugar stuff and the like caffeine and artificial sweetener stuff out of my system, which always kills me. Yeah, is the sugar and the caffeine withdrawal. So.
Well, depending, and I do think it's a great way to get you kind of just in that right mindset and get your body through all the hard stuff. So I think it's a great way to start. And we could even, for those that don't have it, I can put the information out there on what the Shakeology cleanse is, although Beachbody doesn't really support it. But I can give you the info.
Maybe next time I'll do that instead.
Yeah. So. Well, we kind of are limited on time here because it's going to cut us off in about 10 minutes. So do we have other questions? I guess the one thing I would love to hear, and you don't have to decide now, but just, is anybody considering doing part of that countdown to competition plan?
I was thinking about maybe trying it if I do a second round, building up to it, like do the regular one first and then doing that once I'm feeling like I'm ready to take it to the next level. Okay.
One thought and one suggestion is to maybe do it for those last 3 days at the end, because it'll give you a little bit of a picture of what it's like. It's a ton of food. You definitely won't be hungry. It's more the fact that you'll want those yellow and purple containers. But just something to maybe, and you don't have to decide now, but as you get closer to the end, it just makes for really good final results. Okay.
Hey, Erica, I have one more thought for you. Do you live anywhere near Sunshine? I know she just moved to Broomfield somewhere.
I don't think you can hear me, can you?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
Oh, that's why I haven't been talking. I live on, I think she's up in Erie, and I'm at 136th and Sheridan.
Yeah.
Not too far from her.
Yeah, I mean, she has my regular 21-day fix, like the whole thing, the containers, the books, and all that. And I just haven't been able to hook up with her to get them back from her. And she seemed a little interested in joining this, but then I haven't heard much from her again. So I can see, are you home by the weekend?
I fly back home on Friday night, so I'll be home for the weekend.
Well, let me
And I have
bug
Monday
her
off.
again and see if she, where she's at with it. Because if she's not going to use it, maybe she can get it to you over the weekend to at least have something to start with. And then when you get yours, I can eventually get it back from you later.
Yeah, that would be great. I mean, I
I'll
can go
check.
get it from her. She's not gonna, because I think she's just up like by Anthem, isn't she?
I think so too, yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah,
I
will ask her, and if she's not gonna do it, then I can come get it from her.
yeah, at least then you'll have something to start planning with and whatever. Okay, I'll check with her and then I'll send you a message on Facebook.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks.
And, yeah, I can, as far as the meal part of it, I'll take the pictures out of the guide and get those to you so that you have that right away.
Okay.
Okay. Well, good. Are you guys excited? You nervous? I'm a little bit of both.
I'm not gonna lie. I have a glass of wine sitting right here waiting for me to drink it because I know I'm not gonna drink anymore soon, and I'm traveling by myself. I just don't want to drink it in front of you all. But I'll be honest.
Oh, you know, Erica, on our coaches calls, wine is like part of the meeting. So everybody brings their wine to the meeting.
It's what's getting me through writing about 7 news articles tonight for the upcoming Twins newsletter.
Oh,
So if they don't make sense, y'all know why. There's lots of wine involved.
Well, good deal. All right. Well, thanks for hopping on. If you guys think of other questions, let me know.
sounds good.
And
Thanks, Susie.
yeah, thanks, guys. Have a
Thank
good
you.
night. All right.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye, thanks.
Bye.
Bye.